Hey guys, it's Iami, and I'm going to be bringing you a tutorial on the basics of After Effects. So let's see, you get your After Effects, you download it, you install it via CD, whatever, you get it, and you're at this screen when you first run it. You might be at tip number 1, I don't know. So when you get here, you can pretty much do whatever you want. I just close it out because I don't really need it, but sometimes it's actually quite helpful. So now just a general look. You might be overwhelmed, but that's okay. Most people are when they first look at this. This is called your timeline. And your timeline is where most of your video and all your projects and everything will go. That's where you edit everything. That's where all the files go, and you can set them to play at certain points and etc. etc. This is your general. This is what you will be seeing. This is where your composition will be playing. And some more about compositions will be probably about in a little bit whenever I go over it. These are just some basic windows that might help you out. I know characters will help you out a lot whenever you're inserting a text layer. And the effects and presets, it might take a while to load. I do have a lot of presets, a lot of them. And so I apologize if this takes a little bit to load, but let's just go over some other things while it does. Paragraph down here, I don't really know what that does. I don't really mess with it too much. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Over here is just your project tab and your effects controls. So whenever you're in a video and you add an effect, it'll come up here and you'll be able to edit it. Now, after it gets done loading, blah blah blah. Alright, here we go. You have all your effects down here. Hooray. We also have your effects up here. So, yay. Alright, so first make sure you're on the same level with me. Go to new project. That way it'll clear everything out and we're on the same page. Now, what you want to do is you want to hit composition, new composition. Now, what this will do is it'll bring up a tab like this. And what this will do is you can name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it tutorial. Alright, and I have the preset. This is what most of you might have. I'm not too sure. See, now I have the preset down here, YouTube HD. That's what I have it preset to. My width is 1280, my height is 720, otherwise on YouTube known as 720p. Frame rate 59.94, that's pretty much essential for everything, and about 10 seconds, let's make this exactly 10 seconds, and the background color is black. Now that we have this, we can scrub through the timeline. Yes, this is called scrubbing with the upside down pick, or just pick, I don't really know how you look at picks. And you just scrub through it. Now I have 10 seconds, and that's pretty much it. So if I import anything, which I'll show you now how to do, you can either double click down here, or go to File, Import. I like double clicking, it's much faster for me. I want to import the Dead Island theme song. So let's let that import really quick. My After Effects has been buggy lately. Alright, let's drag it down into our composition. And now, you scrub through it. Nothing happens, there's no video. Well, of course, because it's an MP3. Now, if you want to listen to the MP3, you have two options. Since it's an audio file, you can simply click the period or delete button on the right side of your keyboard. It will be on the actual number pad of your keyboard. Most laptops might not have this unless you have a pretty high-powered. I'm sorry, it's little messed up. My computer is acting weird. So back to what I was talking about. So in between 0 and enter. And now if you're on a laptop, you might not have this, and this is for most computers, desktops I mean. So you click that button, and what it'll do is up here it'll say playing audio or playing back or whatever it is. So and so now what that did is that just played through. You noticed how after it went through again. Well, that's the loop, and I have that set here. And I like loop because whenever I'm editing something and I want it to play back, I just click it once and it plays back, and over and over and over until I click away. Now, you may notice these gold things over here, and this button down here. So what these upper gold things do is it's the time navigator. So say I want to go to like 5 seconds and I want to zoom in on a specific part. Now, Since it's only 10 seconds, it's not going to be much of a deal, so you can either do it like this. So say I'm at 4 seconds, and I want to scrub it, or I want to zoom in at all the visual effects and all the layers at 4 seconds. I just zoom in like that. You notice how these shrink. Well, now you're at 4 seconds, and you can look at the frames. These are each individual frames, and they alter with how much you zoom in. And if I zoom all the way back out, you'll notice how everything's back to normal. Now, these bottom golds are your work area. And what this means is that, say you only want to view from 4 seconds to 8 seconds. You just drag in right here. And now anything you do, if you ever want to preview it out, it'd only play from here. Alright, now you did notice that it did play onward, and I believe that's just with the audio preview. Now this works for RAM preview, and what RAM previewing is if I have a whole lot of video clips in here. Let's import one real fast. Alright, so now if we just import it real quick, drag it down here, we'll see our clip. It's him running, and we'll see him throw a grenade and get a kill. Now, it goes on, but as we set this composition for, this clip is actually 32 seconds, as you see here. We have our composition set to 10 seconds, so we'll only see part of it. Now, if I only want to see this part in here where he throws the stun grenade and gets the kill, then that's what I set my work zone to. So now if I click RAM Preview, what it does is it only previews out what's in here. So first let's RAM Preview without the work zone. That'll make it probably easier for you to understand. Let's RAM Preview out, and what it does is it clicks on each frame and it plays it through real fast. And it loads them all, so that way whenever you watch it, it'll play in full time, which means you'll see it as fast as it's supposed to be played. Alright, and see how it looped again, like I said. Now, I only want to see this certain part, so I go back to 4 seconds, and I go back to 8 seconds. You see how it moved? I didn't click on the right part. That's fine, you just have to do it again. What that did is I clicked in here, and that moves your entire work area, so I have it set to 4 seconds. Now I don't want these 4 seconds, I want the first 4 seconds. Simply move it over, bam, you got your first 4 seconds done. So we go back, and now I only want to see this part right here, so RAM Preview again, and it loads and only plays what's in this area. See? It's just that simple. So now I'm going to bring it back out. And as you can tell, I had the audio of the Dead Island theme over this. It doesn't really matter, it still played the audio. So you can hear it. And that's pretty much it. Now, that's some basics, not really getting into too much of anything. Went over most of it. You see how my view is smaller. It might not be like yours. This may vary depending on your screen size. I like to keep 50 because it's pretty easy to see all your effects here. As you can tell, I didn't really go into any effects or anything really. I'm at 8 minutes now. So I might push this a little bit longer. So say I want it to stop at 3 seconds. Well, I want it to stop at exactly 3 seconds. So I double click current time, and it brings up this little menu over here. And I just enter in what I want. So 3 seconds. And it brings me right to 3 seconds. So now, if you hit Control, Shift, and D, it splits it. And, oops, I apologize. Clicked on a different layer. Yeah, I was on something else. Sorry about that, I missed. I was clicked on my recorder. So now when you're on After Effects and you hit Control-Shift-D, I can't do that because of this. Well, pretty simple. We'll go up to Edit, and we'll hit Split Layer. See, Control-Shift-D is the shortcut key. What that does is it just split the 2 layers. Oops, we don't want to do that. Edit, Undo Split Layer. And now that you see, we have them both selected. So now say we only want this clip selected, so we want to start here. Well, we do the same exact thing, and we'd split the layer. This time it only split the beginning. Now these little buttons over here, this is the sound, as you can see, and this is the visual. It's pretty basic. Now we don't want to see the beginning, we just want to hear it. That's fine. So now we click that, and if we come back, there's nothing there but black. pretty basic, right? That's it. So now if we RAM preview this out real quick, it's going to play. Alright, and there you go. It's pretty basic. Now, say, let's see, I want, I don't know, a second layer for some reason. Say you want to do like a freeze frame or something. Pretty basic. Make sure you have your clip selected. Edit, duplicate. That gives you your second layer. So I can play it at the beginning. I can have like a little flashback effect if I wanted to. Plays it a little bit, and then I could have it set to right here, back at 3 seconds exactly, and I can do my split layer, and I can take off this piece. So then that way, it's kind of weird, and it's like a flashback effect. So if we watch it real quick, it's kind of like deja vu. I know, you might be thinking, why would you ever do that? And no, I wouldn't. It was just a quick little tutorial to show you how to use, duplicate, and split layers. That's pretty much it for this tutorial. I'm at 11 minutes now. I'm not going to get into any effects. This is just pretty much how to get started with it. One thing I didn't show you that I probably should show you is if I click on here, how it shows you it's got its own settings already. The clip is 1280 by 720. It's a duration of 32 seconds and 59.94 frames per second. Now, say I get this and I want to edit this clip. So say I'm doing like a one clip edit or anything like that. And I simply drag it to right here. And what this does is if I drag that clip right here, it makes a composition out of that clip. So now if you look, this is 32 seconds. This is the complete clip. So that's pretty simple on how to watch the whole clip. And if you look down here, we have our original tutorial composition. So that's pretty much it for that. That's pretty much all the basics that you will need for this. I might go over some more if you guys need them. Obvious effects, you click here, so click my little layer right here, click on effect, and then I do like blender, and then it'll add the effect, and you can do whatever you want with it. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. Thanks for watching, and you guys can comment on what you guys want to see next, or if you want me to just stop now and not do any more of these. Alright.